Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Wednesday, May 11, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Boston Celtics vs Milwaukee Bucks. Our team pick is Boston minus 5.5 points. And here is why. The Milwaukee Bucks head back to Boston with a series tied at 2 games apiece, but, save for 2 straight poor fourth-quarter efforts, the Bucks could be coming back to Boston looking to close out the series. On Saturday, the Bucks nearly blew a big lead after being outscored 34-23 in the fourth quarter. An Al Horford tip-in was just after the buzzer or Game 3 would have went to overtime. On Monday night, the Bucks again entered the fourth quarter with a lead, this time up by 7 heading into the final period. Milwaukee was then outscored 43-28 to drop the critical fourth game, 116-108. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 34 points and 18 rebounds, but struggled to find a second score. Jrue Holiday had 16 points, 7 rebounds and 9 assists, but was just 5 for 22 from the field. As a team, the Bucks shot just 41.5% overall. As the Celtics prepare to head home with a 2-2 tie, they can thank the oldest player on their team for helping to make it happen. 35-year-old veteran Al Horford took an early dunk and scowl from Antetokounmpo personally and went out and had the best playoff game of his long and illustrious NBA career. Horford scored a career playoff high of 30 points, including 6 for 6 from 3 PT range and leading the Celtics to a huge 116-108 win. Including in his 30 points was a thunderous dunk of his own, in which the usually reserved Horford got demonstrative enough to earn a technical foul. While the Celtics' calling card has been defense this season, particularly since January, it has been shot-making that has been the difference for the CS in this series. In games 1 and 3, the Celtics shot just 35% from the field overall and 33% from 3 PT range. In the team's 2 wins, the Celtics are shooting 49% from the field overall and 43% from 3 PT range. Horford's ability to stretch the floor has proven to be crucial thus far in the series. The Celtics will need more of that in Game 5 as they try and force the Bucks' bigs away from the basket and give themselves second-chance opportunities. Boston also opted to change up its defense in the fourth quarter of Game 4 against Giannis. The defense played less on the ball defense and seemingly built a wall around the paint to force him away from the basket. In the first game, the team employed a similar strategy, but Giannis was able to find open shooters. Expect Boston to switch up defenses repeatedly in Game 5 to keep Antetokounmpo guessing. Here's why I like the Celtics in Game 5 versus the Bucks. Boston has more players that can impart their will on the game than the Bucks do. While Giannis is the best player in the series, the Celtics have the second, third and fifth and sixth players in the series, with Chris Middleton out of action. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Horford and Marcus Smart are all capable of taking the game over in some capacity. Milwaukee has Jrue Holiday and then a bunch of very solid role players. Boston has yet to have a game in the series that Tatum and Brown have both been rolling, and, if they do, the Bucks do not have the firepower to match up with the Celtics. Boston won Game 2 by bombing away from 3 PT land, but they won Game 4 in a more traditional Celtic manner, quality shot making, ball movement and hard-nosed defense in the fourth quarter. With arguably the NBA's best home court crowd advantage coming into Game 5, the Celtics will certainly have home court advantage at their disposal. I expect the Celtics to play their most complete game of the series at the most important time. Giannis will get his, there is little doubt of that, but the supporting cast will struggle against Boston's defense, particularly on the road. Our total pick is under 214.5 points. And here is why. The Milwaukee Bucks are averaging 105.2 points on 44.9% shooting and allowing 99 points on 41% shooting. Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging 30.1 points and 13.2 rebounds, while Jrue Holiday is averaging 18.6 points and 5.8 rebounds. Chris Middleton is the third double-digit scorer and Brook Lopez is grabbing 6.1 rebounds. The Milwaukee Bucks are shooting 34.7% from beyond the arc and 71.1% from the free throw line. The Milwaukee Bucks are allowing 32.6% shooting from deep and are grabbing 50.1 rebounds per game. The Bucks will also want to shore up their defense after allowing 43 points in the final quarter of Game 4. The Bucks were gouged from the field all night, allowing 50% shooting, a number that is not sustainable moving forward. On the season, Milwaukee allows roughly 112 points per contest, while conceding just 45.5% from the field. The Bucks have held a decisive edge on the glass all series and did so again in Game 4, out-rebounding the Celtics 48-38. Limiting second-chance opportunities for Boston will be imperative. It looks as though the Bucks will continue to be without star Chris Middleton in this one. The Boston Celtics are averaging 108.6 points on 45.4% shooting and allowing 104.3 points on 45% shooting. Jason Tatum is averaging 26 points and 5.1 rebounds, while Jaylen Brown is averaging 22.1 points and 4 assists. Al Horford is the third double-digit scorer and Marcus Smart is grabbing 3 rebounds. The Boston Celtics are shooting 36.5% from beyond the arc and 82.8% from the free throw line. The Boston Celtics are allowing 35.6% shooting from deep and are grabbing 41.4 rebounds per game. After coming up big in the second half of Game 4, the Celtics seized back control of home court in the series. Now, as long as they are able to protect their own floor, they don't need to win another game away from TD Garden to advance. On offense, Boston's shooting has done a Jekyll and Hyde act all series, alternative between excellent and woeful. After converting at dismal levels in their losses in Game 1 and Game 3, they found their stroke in Game 4, knocking down 50% from the field and 38% from beyond the arc. In addition to Tatum, Al Horford made a huge impact, putting up 30 points on 11/14 shooting, including 5/7 from deep. On the season, the Celtics average 112 per contest on 46.5% shooting. Memphis Grizzlies vs Golden State Warriors. Our total pick is Golden State Warriors -2. And here is why. But even in victory, there were some serious concerns that continued to show up for the Warriors. They're clearly an undersized team, and the Grizzlies had a lot of success on the boards, with center Steven Adams inserted into the lineup. So Memphis is likely to employ a similar strategy in Game 5 in hopes of bullying the Warriors down low. Golden State got caught coasting a bit on Monday, which is never a good idea when dealing with a team as resilient as the Grizzlies. The team was 25 throughout the regular season without their star guard on the floor. So they aren't going to just implode against the Warriors on this stage. Golden State needs to clean up their act a bit in this game with less turnovers and better shot selection. They shot a pitiful 40% from the floor in the previous meeting. That's a good way to get yourself beat in a wild series like this one. You aren't beating this Golden State team if you're allowing them to rack up on second-chance shots, especially in the fourth quarter. They'll bury you from long distance quicker than a pastor can say ashes to ashes. The Grizzlies need to win on the boards and continue to play with the same defensive ferocity they showed on Monday. They forced 16 turnovers and finished the game with 11 blocks. There's clearly no stopping the Warriors' offense completely, but the Grizzlies showed they can definitely be bothered with high motors and a relentless defense. Memphis is ranked top 5 in the league in defensive efficiency, and they're going to need every bit of that effort to overcome the Warriors and keep their season alive. The worst news possible for the Grizzlies is the fact that Ja Morant is being listed as doubtful to play in this game. It took everything Memphis had to give the Warriors a real scare at the Chase Center on Monday, but it wasn't enough for them to come away with a victory. When the Warriors needed a pick-me-up, the baby-faced assassin, Steph Curry, delivered the goods in the clutch. Morant was the one player on the floor for Memphis that could consistently mirror that effort at the other end, but he'll likely be out with a bone bruise. And honestly, I can't imagine the Grizzlies getting up for this meeting after the way Game 4 went for them. Their backs are against a wall in a matchup against a shooting juggernaut that's one game away from advancing. Imagine having to beat the Curry-led Warriors 3 straight times to win a playoff series. I know I can't imagine it, and if we're being honest, the Grizzlies can't imagine it either. You won't see the same sluggish Warriors team from Monday when there's blood in the water. The offensive Sharks will come to dine on what's left of the Grizzlies. I'm laying the points and taking Golden State to advance. Our total pick is over 220.5 points. The Golden State Warriors will be looking to book their tickets to the Western Conference Finals after taking down the Grizzlies in a 101-98 win in Game 4 on Monday. Stephen Curry led the team with 32 points and 8 assists. Andrew Wiggins added 17 points with 10 rebounds and 2 blocks, while Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole each scored 14 points. As a team, the Warriors shot just 40% from the field and 9 of 37 from the three-point line as they got off to a terrible start and trailed for most of the game after managing just 38 points in the first half, but they stayed within arm's reach of the pesky Grizzlies and caught fire with 39 points in the fourth quarter to escape with a crucial victory. Thompson couldn't find his rhythm all night and shot just 6 of 20 from the field and 0 of 7 from the three-point line, while Damian Lee scored just 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting off the bench. The Memphis Grizzlies will be playing to keep their season alive after coming up just short to the Warriors in Game 4 on Monday. Jaren Jackson Jr. led the team with 21 points and 5 blocks, Tyus Jones added 19 points with 6 rebounds and 5 assists, Kyle Anderson added 17 points on 7 of 8 shooting off the bench, while Steven Adams chipped in with 10 points and 15 rebounds. As a team, the Grizzlies shot just 41% from the field and 9 of 35 from the three-point line as they jumped all over the Warriors from the start and built a 12-point lead in the third quarter thanks to 56 points in the paint, but they couldn't hold off the Warriors in the fourth quarter, where they leaked 39 points. Dillon Brooks had a rough game of just 12 points on 5 of 19 shooting from the field. Disclaimer: no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.